Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a Houston Rocket video on Houston Rocket Daily. Friendly reminder, if you enjoy this video, you want more Rockets content, I post at least one Rockets video every single day on this channel. I think we're like 6 subscribers away from 650, so hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. The Houston Rockets got to 6-16. 6-16. No Kevin Porter Jr. in the second half, and actually, you know what? Let's start it off. First off, Kevin Porter Jr. shouldn't have played last night. I think that's pretty evident. It seemed like it was pretty skeptical going into the game anyways. I'm at the point where I want no injuries. Like, I want 0 injuries, especially with my young players who I'm trying to grow with long term. I don't think Kevin Porter Jr. should have played yesterday, but as I was alluding to on my main channel recap, I'm not a doctor, so maybe it's not even right for me to comment on this. But here's the bottom line. Here's the situation that we have at hand. Kevin Porter Jr. continues to tweak his left. I think he's got left thigh contusion, so he keeps tweaking his left thigh. Apparently, he tweaked it like several times in last night's game in the first half, which is another reason where I'm like, why is he playing? But anyways, he didn't play the second half, and what this means is we're gonna see an uptake in probably DJ Augustine, Armoni Brooks, and Eric Gordon. Armoni Brooks will probably start tomorrow's game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Might do a preview video on that, so stay tuned as we try and get to 6 straight wins. But I think Armani's going to be the guy. I would love, ideally, I think maybe Josh Christopher would be the guy I'd like to just throw in at point guard. But since you don't have Jalen Green, and there's still no updates on Jalen Green, for those of you guys who are wondering, we don't have any updates on Jalen outside of that he's still injured, he's still progressing. And apparently, there hasn't been any setbacks. There hasn't been any big-time news. They're just taking their time with him, which is exactly what they should be doing. So I'm happy about that. But my issue with Armoni Brooks is, and we'll take a look at last night's game, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists in just 19 minutes. That's something I want to see more from Armoni. I imagine if Armoni does end up starting tomorrow that Eric Gordon will handle the ball primarily, for the most part in their offense. I think it will be mostly Eric Gordon, hopefully even a little bit of Jae'Sean Tate. But if you're without Jalen Green, you're without Kevin Porter Jr., a guy like Armoni Brooks is going to have to step up. And one of the things I was mentioning after they beat the OKC Thunder a couple of nights ago was Armoni Brooks had 15, 18 points. I can't remember exactly what it was, but 2 games ago, Armoni Brooks drops 15 points at least, played 30 minutes or so because of KPJ, and he had 0 assists. Literally 0 assists. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe Armoni Brooks is more suited for a shooting guard role, which realistically, Armoni probably is better suited for a shooting guard role just because he's such a lethal, elite 3-point shooter that I would like to just have him in even in a starting lineup, maybe one day where he's just chilling. Anytime he gets the ball, he's shooting 40% from downtown. So he gets that ball, he puts it up. It's a made 3. But Armoni Brooks in last night's game, he had 4 assists in only 19 minutes. So that's something I'm going to be keeping my eye on because I'm pretty sure everyone would agree with this. As solid as DJ Augustine is, what he last night, 12 minutes, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from downtown, 3 assists, a steal, 8 points. I think we all can agree that, even if you don't want to, DJ Augustine's a very capable point guard at this point in his career still. He's still a very capable point guard. I just don't really want him starting. There's no reason he should be starting. I don't no disrespect to DJ. I don't want him on my team. I just don't really see the logic behind it. But you already have a old veteran point guard who's getting paid some money named John Wall. That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, DJ Augustine hasn't really seen an increase in minutes as of late. So it seems like they're they're starting to weed him out. It seems like Steven Silas is starting to weed him out of the rotation. So I imagine we'll just see Armoni Brooks play this next game, get about 30 minutes at the very least. And this is what I want to see. This is exactly the position I want Armoni Brooks in, where it's like we've won 5 straight games. We've won 5 straight games. You're about to play the New Orleans Pelicans, who they're still a good basketball team. They're a talented basketball team, but they're obviously without Zion Williamson. So you got to capitalize off of your momentum, and you got to capitalize off of who that team is missing. So there's no reason in my head that the Rockets shouldn't win 6 straight games. And Armoni Brooks, hopefully he is ready to prove himself in this next game. That, like, all right, he's got that chip on his shoulder already undrafted, already has that chip off his shoulder. Now he's finally given this opportunity. And he'll have some off nights shooting, but he'll also have those nights where he goes 6 to 8 from downtown, gets you 18 points off the bench in only 20 minutes. So I can't wait to see Armoni Brooks play this next game. Moving on, Alperen Sengun just needs to play more. 13 points last night. 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Alperen Sengun. But this is something I alluded to yesterday as well. The good news is, if you're looking for a positive from this, is he's still healthy. Right? He's still healthy. It's not like they're playing him 35, 40 minutes a night where he's jeopardizing his body. They're playing him not even 20 minutes. They're not even giving him, like, Silas isn't really even giving him 20 minutes. Even in garbage time games, still not really giving him 20 plus minutes, which is kind of baffling. No Daniel Tice the other night as well. Hopefully Alperen Sengun just sees like 25 minutes sooner rather than later. I still think it'll probably happen after this new year. Once 2022 hits, that's when they'll start to deploy Alperen Sengun in the 22-23 minute range. For right now, you're still within that, like, even down to 15, 16 minutes, all the way up to like probably 20 at the absolute max is what they're giving Sengun right now. So I think we all can agree, would love to see more Alperen Sengun. But that's it for today. I'm excited to see what Armoni can do for us tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. I know he loves opportunities like this. He loves moments like this. So I'm very excited. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.